What's the secret to success as an entrepreneur? I'm Penny Lane. In the Driver's Seat starts now. Welcome to In the Driver's Seat, presented by the Perfect Cosmetics Company, where each episode we take you on a journey into the lives of industry trailblazers and entrepreneurs who have carved their unique paths to success. Now today I have the pleasure of hosting an extraordinary guest who truly embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship. She's a powerhouse and a champion for women everywhere. Welcome to the founder of The Real Entrepreneur Woman, Sophie Musumeci. Hi Sophie, how are you?
Hi Penny, thank you so much for having me.
Great for you to be here. Now Sophie, spill the beans. What is Real Entrepreneurial Women all about?
Well, Real Entrepreneur Women is a business that I founded maybe about 7 or 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
That is all about backing female coaches and consultants to rise and become wealthy women in business and in life.
And where did you get the idea from?
Oh, the idea really stemmed out from when I was wanting to leave my own corporate career and take that leap of faith and back myself to be able to have a great career that I loved, earn great money, and also build this around my family.
And how did you turn it into a business?
Well, it didn't happen overnight, that's for sure. I think sometimes people can look at you and they see the success that you have and think, oh, it must have been easy for her. It definitely wasn't. There was many times where I wanted to give up, or maybe things weren't working out as I had hoped they had.
I could imagine.
Yeah, and resilience is huge, being able to get back up. So what I did was I decided that, you know what, I had young children, so Toby and Stella, and they had a nanny, and then I realised that Toby had more of our nanny's beautiful mannerisms than he had of either mine or Daniel's.
Oh gosh.
It was a really heart-wrenching moment when I thought, you know, my mum was a stay-at-home mum. I grew up in a very small town in South Australia, and I had really missed what it meant to have your mum around when you're little. So I made a decision, and I remember having a conversation with Daniel that I was going to change it for us. I was going to figure out a way that I could earn my own money and make a life for ourselves and be at every school pick-up and drop-off. And he didn't really, he kind of laughed and looked at me. He was like, why would you want to, you've worked so hard to build a career in corporate, earning great money. Why would you want to give all of that up? And I said, I just know in my heart that I'm meant for more, and I can't be the only woman who feels this way.
And was there a real hold your breath and jump moment for you?
Oh my goodness, many times. There was when, I think it comes in stages, when you're in the beginning, it's that first big investment you have to make.
Yeah.
So for me, you know, I had great skills, I had run big companies before, but I'd never actually run a business online or from home. So investing in mentors, you know, I still remember that first big figure of finding a mentor and investing. And I just went, no, I've got to back myself through this.
Yeah.
But then as you grow and, you know, you're starting to bring in, you know, multiple six figures, it then becomes you know, there's only so many hours in a day, and I really wanted to make sure I was still there for my children. So the next one was being able to hire a team. Now, I know you've got your own business, so I think you can relate to this, and anyone else who has, that when you try to bring on a team, you're really wanting to duplicate yourself.
Yeah.
But if you're a control freak like I'm,
I can relate.
Okay, then it's going to be harder than you think.
Yeah.
And also when you do start to hand over the reins, I thought, great, I've got a team now, I can take a holiday, it's all going to be great. And then what happened was I had a 0 month.
Right.
And so that 0 month meant that I had no income coming in, I had to pay people, and I was running paid ads, so I had huge overheads. And so I realized that the next step for me was really about becoming a leader, and really about culture and how do I instill the values and the work ethic and all my knowledge into someone else.
Wow, how did you do that?
Well, a lot of patience, I would say, a lot of patience, and also reminding myself that it's okay to not already be there. As long as you're on the journey, it will come. And to just focus on solving the problems that you have right now in front of you.
Yeah.
And culture is huge for me. You know, working in corporate companies, sometimes it's not always great, shall we say? And so I just wanted to make sure that if I was going to hire people, that they would love where they work, they would have flexibility, they would be respected, they would be trusted, and they would have an opportunity to grow. So I don't always get it right, but I have a very loyal team, and they've been with me for many, many years.
Oh, that's fantastic. So who is Entrepreneurial Women for? Who are you trying to attract to your business, and who can benefit from it?
Yeah, so we work specifically just with coaches and consultants. Now, in the beginning, I would work with all different business types because I could. But if anyone has ever scaled a business before, it's really hard to scale on something that's so broad.
Yes.
So I niched right down into coaches and consultants because, one, that's my background, being a consultant, but also what I realized is that there is so many amazing women out there with skills and passion and purpose. And if only they knew how to take their skills and grow a business where they could have an income, be financially independent, and bring on a lot more clients to actually use the skills that they have, they would be just like things would just be, like growing and growing and growing. So I decided that I wanted to be the catalyst for those women, and if it wasn't going to be me, then who? So
good on you. I've never heard of a business like this before. So can you tell me more about what a day in your life is?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I get up early and I go to the gym. So making sure I'm always looking after myself first. Again, it wasn't always like that, but I've learned that if I'm not strong in my body and if I'm not looking after myself with what I eat, then I don't feel great and I can't be the best person for anyone. So I do that first. I come home and then I help the kids get ready for school with my husband, Daniel. He's very hands-on, which is great. And so get them off to school, they're all good. And then I start and I work just school hours, and I work about four days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so Mondays is always about getting the team on track, making sure they know what they're doing. We've got our operations team, our delivery team, our sales team, and I've got great leaders in the team, so getting those things up and running. And then in the afternoons, picking up the kids from school, and then it's like school activity. So it could be Stella doing dance or gymnastics, or I coach her netball team. I still play netball.
Wow.
And my son doing his stuff, so he's doing whether it's swimming or baseball or football. Like, it's a busy household.
Yeah.
And they actually do an entrepreneurial program for kids too called Mini Boss. Yeah. So my son's had his own business, and we competed in Scotland last year at the Mini Boss World Cup, and they won. So
oh my gosh, congratulations. That's absolutely awesome. You're leading a whole family of entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it feels crazy, but it works. My husband, he's also very supportive, and he has his own business too. So we just make it work.
Very inspiring family. So what advice would you give to any budding entrepreneurial mums that are on that quest for financial freedom and independence, and that mum guilt that you have? What advice would you give to them? Where do they get started?
Yeah, mum guilt is big. It's something that I don't have, and people go, oh, and it's like, what I did is I realized that mum guilt only impacts you.
Right.
You're the only one who feels it. You're the only one who suffers from it. So you're actually just hurting yourself. So you need to let that go. And it's actually okay for you to put yourself first. Because I believe that when you put you first, then your cup is overflowed. You've got more to give to others.
True.
So I think starting with yourself first is really important. And if you are sitting on the fence and you want to take the leap and you're a bit nervous, I would just say back yourself, because you only live once. And what's the worst thing that could happen? You might try and you don't succeed, okay, but you're going to learn so much more through the failure. I don't believe in failure, but through that failing process, you go, okay, my first business didn't work out either, but I learned so much, and I realized, okay, that business model doesn't work. Being in person doesn't work for me if I wanted to be able to have kids. So back yourself, go for it, and just be really clear on what you're good at and what you're not. And what you're not, or you don't have those skills, you have to invest in working with someone that can show you that, like swiper system.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just going to be running around in circles trying to figure it out. And that's why most people end up with a hobby and unfortunately have to go back into a job or a career that they don't love.
They don't love. Wow, very interesting. Hey, so you've recently ran a retreat Tell us more about that. Where was it? What did you do? What was involved? Who was there?
Oh my goodness. This is, talk about living my dream life. So I've just come back from Hamilton Island like 2 days ago.
Love it there.
Oh my goodness, it is stunning. So I have 2 levels of program that we work with women. We have the Wealthy Woman Mastermind program, which is where we help them to really get things up and running.
Right, okay.
And then we have our Wealthy Woman Ascension program, and we do so much mind and energy in what we do. So this is the first Wealthy Woman retreat, and it was over 4.5 days in Hamilton Island. There's a bit of business strategy, but really we just did a lot of work on clearing emotions and some of the trauma that people go through. And I love surprises, like I love it. And so on the second day, I surprised them with a super yacht.
Wow. With
a French chef. We were diving off the top, like this massive boat, going to Whitehaven Beach. And I just know that
Why did you do it?
I wanted them to experience what it feels like to be a real wealthy woman.
Wow.
Because I believe that once you can feel something, like it's easy if you want to go, okay, I want to create this in my life, or I want a vision of what I want. But unless you can really feel it, I think you're detached from it.
Yeah,
so I wanted them to feel it because they are worthy of it. And oh my goodness, they're so excited. They've been sending me videos after videos of like all the things that they're doing, and it's just really great. And it fills my cup up as well. Like I love, helping people, and
you can tell you've got that real sense about you. Like you can tell you're a really giving person. I can understand why a lot of people are attracted to your coaching styles.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Sophie, for coming on the show. It's been wonderful to have you, and thanks for sharing all of your insights with us.
Thank you for having me, Penny. It's been amazing.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. This has been In the Driver's Seat with Penny Lane. Join me next time to learn from more industry legends about how you can take the wheel and steer your life in the right direction.
You're watching Ticker. We'll have more in just a few minutes.